Hello and welcome to a new Uniko video with me, Bev, the owner and designer of all things Uniko. Welcome to day 4 and the final day of our Christmas almost in July product release introductions, which means the products will be available tomorrow, which is Saturday the 8th of August at 9 AM British summertime. Today I am introducing a brand new background builder stamp set. As you can see, it contains 3 different background garlands and 2 sort of berry accent stamps. Obviously this one is very festive, being holly, and this one's sort of Christmas fir tree type one, with some berries. This imagery is very similar to what I've used in the originally organic series and also the rustic series. And then you have this one, which is just leaves. So these two probably could get away with, well, definitely this one for generic cards all year round, and even this one you could pair it with the rustic series, but also the originally organic ones as well that came out over various years. So I'll just pop that to the side. These are the 2 cards that I've shared on social media, on the blogs today. This one was one of the cards that we've made at recent Uniko stamping retreats. Super clean and simple, just stamped in black and coloured with Stampin' Up markers, and then a sentiment combination from Christmas Sentiments. Super simple to mass produce, and also nice and flat for easy mailing. Now this was another one that I've made this week. I've had this idea in my head and it was time to make it once I'd got the foiled sentiments. It was just perfect to pair with these lovely foiled sentiments from Stampin' Up. This is Ruth Gets Crafty got this set and I got the other set. So I'm glad I've done quite a few of these little ones because they are perfect. So as you can see, hopefully from the camera and the shimmer, I've heat embossed the garland image and then fussy cut it out numerous times and then adhered it using foam adhesive on the same colour background. And I just think this is perfect how it's turned. I'm really pleased how this one turned out. So I'm going to just do another fairly simple card. I've got a couple of pieces of card trimmed. I went into my bits box and got this sort of rustic cream cardstock. I can't remember the name of it, but I got it years ago from Paper Tray Ink when I used to order from them. And I found a little bit in my box, and then I've got a little panel here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the temporary adhesive just to hold this little panel in place on my desk, on my glass surface. I'm just going to remove the stamp from my Misty Light that I've been using. Because what I'm going to do, I know I haven't shown you a card using this middle stamp, but I have got a card for you tomorrow to show you using that one. I wanted to just use the holly one again for another different sort of card layout. So I might even stamp the sentiment first. I don't know. I can't decide. The sentiment I'm going to use is from the Mid-Century Modern Wreath Builder. I'm going to go for a simple Happy Christmas today. So actually I'm going to find, see how prepared I am. I have the layout in my head. I'm just going to find the centre of my piece of cardstock and draw a faint line with my ruler, and pencil and ruler, just to keep me straight. And also, yeah, find the centre. I like things centered, so I'm just doing it nice and light. And we'll go back and we'll do the sentiment first, and then I will do the background builder. So it's a bit big to do both in one line across, which I was hoping I would be able to do, but I can't. So I will do them above and below the line, and I'm just eyeballing it here. Hopefully get it centered, and then pick it up. Use my magnets to hold the light down, and I'm just gonna go with black ink. I need to look for a nice red in the VersaFine Clair inks, I feel, because I do like my sentiments stamped in this ink, because they're just super crisp. I'm just going to do it one more time, and then I'm just going to clean that off so I don't get ink all over my fingers when I take them off. Just move them to the side, and then I'm going to do the background. I'm going to turn it round, I think, like so. Again, I'm just stamping in black. This one has been very popular at the workshops recently. So I'm starting close to the sentiment, and then I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to move up slightly, probably across a little bit, and just stamp again. To fill the top. Then what I'm going to do is turn my Misty around to save lifting it off. I'm happy with that. I'm going to apply some more ink. Hopefully you can see me. If I'm just off screen, I'm just applying the ink to the Misty. And stamping again. And then I'm just going to move it down. And I might even turn it round. So this is one you can build and really sort of have fun with, filling a larger space. You are going to get some little gaps here and there, but again you can go in with the smaller stamp that come in the set and just add a few more sort of random dots to be coloured, like that. I'm going to move that out of the way. So I have made a little bit of a mess with my sentiment somehow, but I'm going to use this little trio of dots here, and I am just going to use my cloth just to get the ink that has gone over the edges, because otherwise I'll make more of a mess. Like so. So I've put the little trio of open dots, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in some of these little gaps here just to fill them in slightly so they're not quite as obvious. And these ones down here. Could have done the solid ones as well. There are the solid little dots. And that just fills in some of the gaps. I'm not going to rub my sentiment out yet. I want to make sure that my ink is fully dry. So I've gone ahead and chosen a few stamping blends. I've started using these because my Copics are getting a little bit dry, to be honest. And I don't have refills for them. So I've been using these. So I've got Dark Poppy Parade, and I'm going to do the berries of the holly. Just super simple colouring, nothing too taxing. Colour those in. So I've had lots of fun with this set, and I'm looking forward to sharing more over the coming days and weeks using it. There's been quite a lot of newness this year. Oops. If you do go over the edge of where you're colouring, you don't have to worry too much about it with these alcohol markers. I do use the clear, they call it the blending marker, don't they? This is the Copic one, the colourless blender. And that you can just use it on the edges. I think this is the only pen that I have a refill for, is the colourless blender. And then I've got Dark Summer Splash, which I was going to use for these other little dots. Just to add a little bit of a contrast. And it's really quite easy and simple. If you're not one for colouring, which as you know, I'm not like super lover of lots of colouring, you could ink blend your card first and then go back in and stamp over the top, or you could heat emboss and then watercolour. So many different options really. And what I like to do with the holly leaves is, so the stamping blends come in a dark and a light. So here I've chosen Old Olive, dark and light. So I'd like to do one half of the leaf dark and then the other leaf in the lighter shade. And I like the effect that it gives. So I hope you've enjoyed all the videos this week. I am planning on sharing a few shorts and reels over the coming days. And also the video using the hot foil, the glimmer, I know you've probably seen a lot recently, but I thought I'd share some of the cards that that I've made since doing the foiling, and I've paired Uniko with Stampin' Up and Stampin' Up with Uniko. I do like mixing brands, as you know. I just think gives more creative options for your products, really, if they're versatile and can be mixed and matched with each other. Because let's face it, we all love a variety of brands. Even I do. Even though I design my own products, I still love using other brands. So I will be sharing a video with those. I realise I forgot to share a link to Christmas, our upcoming workshop where we mash together Uniko and Stampin' Up products for a fabulous workshop. It won't all be Christmas related, so if you're worried it'll be too Christmassy for you, you don't have to worry, because we have got some non-Christmas projects organised. But it's a good opportunity to get creative, meet other crafters and make friends. It's super friendly, and it's just all about having some creative fun and hopefully coming away with new ideas, you get to try new things, hopefully, if you haven't. We will be doing hot foiling, so if it's something you haven't invested in or tried before, it's a good thing to come along to and have a go at. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's in September, on the 26th of September, and it's in Yeadon in Leeds. So I can't wait for it. I do love doing workshops. I'm busy planning. Hopefully I've got another one in Yarm on the 22nd of November, and I'm trying to organise one more for October, and it'll be hopefully after the Port Sunlight show. So I'm busy behind the scenes organising to see if I can get the venue that I'd like to try over there. So keep an eye out. And then we have one in Farnborough. It is fully booked at the minute. That one's with me and Dies to Die For. It's fully booked at the moment, but we might be able to add a few more places. So if you've been disappointed that it got booked up so quickly, keep an eye out, because we might release a few more places in the next couple of weeks. But we should be able to give you some dates for next year for our workshops as well. And we might have another location in Yorkshire that we've been talking about, and then possibly one over sort of, how do you class it? I'd say mid to southwest. I'm guessing people class it as southwest. So we'll see. we are trying to get to different places so everyone gets a possible chance of coming to a workshop with us. We'd love to go to more places. If you know of community centres, village halls that you think might be suitable, you can always drop me an email and we can investigate them. We're always open to suggestions. Just when you're out of the area, it's often hard to know of places. So almost finished here on this top section. I won't bore you by doing the lower section on the video because you get the general idea. Of how it's going to look. Obviously I did use the colourless blender there and it's bled a little bit, but all I do is I wait a bit and then I keep going over with the blender to remove the colour until I'm happy with it. So I'm just going to find my little pencil eraser. The ink should be dry enough to rub that out while it's on a hard surface. Like so. And then all I'm going to do, I will finish colouring, but I can do that when it's fully adhered, so I won't worry too much. But all I was going to do is use foam tape to add this panel to my card base. For another super quick, fairly quick, but definitely easy Christmas card idea. And just think of all the different sentiments that you could pair with these stamps. So I've got a little pot here for all my foam adhesive backs. I used to be terrible and just make a huge mess and they'd be everywhere. But now I'm fairly neat and tidy. Though my desk is, even though it had a good clean up last week, at the beginning of the week, it's got a little bit messy again with, I've left bits and pieces out. So I will finish colouring this and it'll be, I'll share a picture of it and I will also share it on social media. So all I'm going to do is just adhere it here and leave it at that really. I'm going to colour this bottom section, but as I said, I don't want to bore you today because it is a bit boring just listening to me chat and watching me colour. But I will share the finished card. So thank you for joining me again today and this week, for all your lovely comments, likes and follows. And hopefully I might see you again tomorrow. I'll do my best to pop in with another video. But if not, I will do a short or a reel of a card that I make. So thanks for joining me and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.